that we tried to get where he outfitted his shoulder. Just throw your full 12 rounds in Oscar Larios until he stayed up with the collar. But he was dropped once by an inside shot.
Watch your hit.
And it was a flash knockdown. And he was able to jump right back up and get his standing 8 count, which really gave him a chance to revive it. Manny Pacquiao, right hand, then left hand. And you can see the perspiration flying ahead of Mario. And his legs were okay right now. That one's right on top of where the cut is. So he's beginning to bust up the face of Mario as well. Manny having things his way right now. He didn't even fight up before. And practically Manny Pacquiao 1, 5, 6, and 7.
I don't get from
Body shots by Pacquiao slowing Larios down to the point where he's not able to use as much of the ring as he was doing earlier. And so there's less recovery time for him, there's less time for him to regroup, and Pacquiao is all over him.
Well, we knew that Larios would come in condition. We knew he'd be in shape. We knew on the heels of not being able to get down and fight against Israel Vasquez that this was going to be a new weight classification for Henderson. He's going to be successful, but not because of the power of Pacquiao has he been able to be successful, but he's made
Hilarious, oh.
So far.
He showed up with that right hand.
Look at Musumbag.
Indicated that he intended to take his best chances and he's still alive. And he is.
Tuwara. Tanawa. Corner siya pero hindi na ito.
And that's the nature of a prize fight. These guys don't become boxers if they're not willing to engage. And this guy's willing to engage, and it could be to his detriment. With a long looping right hand, partially blocked on the gloves of Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao right in front of him, looking to land a power shot. And he can come from either hand, left or right. And the bell ends the 8th round. Now let's make a round for Pacquiao, but strictly
Wah, ada sangat buruk. Si kedua, kada ipitro dia gising naong. Yang komo ba may mga kuan ba baka. Yang gising. Lai batu gibutang dia ya. Ayo na say mo.
Let's go back to round
Yang komo ba mo sa kusog. Kusog nga bukas.
Coming in, it's called a short twist shot, the right hook. Pacquiao came toward him after he missed. Pacquiao came right to him. See the surge inside, you make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Great job for our director, producer Frank Gellman, catching that for us because I couldn't see it because actually Larios' body was in the way. I didn't see what happened. And then I saw him go down, so that clearly shows it. Great job by our producer, director, our videotape, our slow-mo guys. Super job in there, guys. So we're trying to get a chance to see exactly what it was. That short, crisp right hand by Manny Pacquiao. All right, we move to the 9th round. Again, this is scheduled for 12. Bob Sheridan here with Dave Bontempo, our principal, Manny Pacquiao, in the white trunks. With his back to you now, Oscar Larios of Mexico in the blue trunks. Came in here in great shape, paid the price like a Spartan from Japan to train in this time zone for 5 or 6 weeks. Been down here to adjust for the humidity in this area. And there's plenty of it inside, in spite of the fact this is now England. It's still very warm under the lights here. This is round number 9 action. Manny tries to get the body downstairs to make Larios miss. Larios is not as active with his punches now because there is a
Pacquiao is zooming in on target practice here.
Nice shot again with the left hand. It's just a little bit afternoon time here on a Sunday in the Philippines. And I know it's late on the East Coast of the United States and literally Saturday evening on the West Coast of the U.S. But nobody shut the sets off, no matter where you're watching around the world. This is an interesting fight. And there's millions involved for training because November, the MGM in Las Vegas is waiting for him. The third fight with Eric Morales.
Bantay na
right now in his cheek, hoping that Manny comes out of this unscathed.
People always hate after a fight is announced to see the guy take an interim fight because all kinds of things happen. Like a headbutt right here that can knock you back for a little while.
And taking what you call a tune-up fight, this is more than a tune-up opponent. Larios, a former world champ, He was carefully picked, and that's part of the profession of boxing. But this guy is in great shape and he's come here to fight. And not an easy task for a guy as a warrior.
No such thing as a tune-up fight. Usually get a tune-up and an oil change and get the whole car redone.
That's that too. Carlos Doberman is surprised.
Kayo balagputan niya.
Right hand to the face down his head for a power shot. Face round, rolls around with his right. Mario's doing his best to hang in there on some sort of offense. Blood trickles from the left thigh. Manny touches him up again with the right hand. And he goes to the left hand lead this time. That's what he's famous for. Straight left hand. Combination of punches right there. And the face is really busting up for Boston Mario.
Pacquiao's punch percentage is up a lot in this round. He's moving.
And the Belgians
Gusto ni Pacquiao.
Pacquiao just took command from round 5 on. A seesaw battle in the first 4 rounds. Mario's winning 1 and 3, and Pacquiao taking 4. This is unofficial. There's no question from 5 through 9. It's been all Manny Pacquiao.
They're going to take a good look at Mario. He's utterly exhausted. He's going to have to convince people that he can stay in this fight because Pacquiao wearing him down, getting some big shots through, and when a guy gets exhausted, there go his defenses. And Larios' defenses were not up in the second half of that 9th round. Hopefully for him, the rest will help a lot.
Lugi ito manok.
Excellent chance to get this thing stopped.
A Manny Pacquiao fight here in Araneta is like New Year's Eve in any other city in the world. Boxing is king in the Philippines. Here we go, round number 10. Remember, scheduled for 12. But Bruce McTavish knows that Larios has taken a lot of punishment, and nobody dreamed really that it would go beyond 3 or 4 or 5 rounds. We knew that if it got beyond 3 or 4 or 5, that things might turn in favor of Larios. And what we knew was not exactly accurate because it hasn't gone in favor. In fact, Manny has reached down, and he's done a good job of controlling 5 through 9.
We seem to predict on Filipino TV though this week that there would be a lot of rounds for this fight. Didn't quite know how they would shake out. Larios' conditioning has enabled him to stay here. It shows the effect of going away, focusing on one objective, spending several weeks getting used to where you're going to fight, and then bringing your heart.
Think about it, even though Manny's out boxing.
Right.
I mean, he's got enough score sheet right now. Manny can't lose the fight by decision, in my opinion. The question really is, how much longer can Mario take this kind of punishment, and how much longer will Bruce McTavish allow him to take it? As long as he's throwing shots and he's able to defend himself, it goes on.
Beef and pork marinade. New UFC Opa Mixes.
Good morning with Doku.
Good morning. Pagkatapos mong bumro, gaganda ang araw mo, kayang-kaya kahit ano.
Take Dokulats for predictable constipation relief. Para give sa gems with Dokulats.
The eye does not look good whatsoever on Oscar Larios, and you wonder how much you can see out of that left eye. But this guy doesn't quit. He keeps throwing punches, thus he doesn't give the ref a chance to stop the fight.
That's why Pacquiao spins, moves to the right, fires shots to the vulnerable eye area, and keeps the pressure coming up. So Larios, this is a classic example of you can will yourself not to get knocked out. And right now, he is willing himself to stay as much of this fight as he can.
And for that, we give him all the credit in the world. He's a courageous boxer. The last minute of this 10th round. Manny would like to finish it if he possibly can. But he doesn't show great impatience to me, though. You know, not an urgency like a kid on off this shot.
Let's have some patience there. No need to lunge. No need to let the other guy
Tin round pala.
Because if you do, the guy can catch you coming in.
And Manny up this goal to recover. He was looking at his hand right there. It didn't hurt him at all. Nothing like left thrown by Manny. I love that move by Mario. When he does that, he throws his right hand on top of that eye.
Kalitra sungit.
Pretty soon, it becomes even more and more
Oh,
major
yeah,
in the possible ending of this fight. Pacquiao just outboxing him now. Talking about the big TV head questions. When he was told as his crew, the guy was ready to fight.
That took to LA for a few weeks. It was a bountiful move for Pacquiao. Because you have to go away from your own country and get ready to come
Apoy
back
kasi
to your
sinumbak.
country. He was willing to do that, and that was a key play for him.
I think when the fans watching saw that footage that we did of the crowd around him, look at this, it's all Pacquiao now.
Takes a short right hand from Larios, and then he's able to turn around from here. Larios was courageous, comes in with a body shot to Pacquiao. A big Larios moving straight back, and then drills it.
Well, I have it scored 98-90, with Pacquiao winning all of the rounds from 5 through 10, and they seesawed in the first 4 rounds of the fight. But for Larios, that was important because everybody that you talked to from the Larios people, Edson Reynoso and his manager Rafael Mendoza all said if he can survive 3, he can maybe hang in there for 12. And now he comes back strong enough, and again, I got to give great credit to cutman Miguel Diaz from my hometown of Las Vegas, who's one of the great cutmen in the world, and it's a good teammate product here because Larios has needed it from the get-go.
When your cut man can do that for you, and you can cooperate by not getting hit in the same place for a round, the coagulants can kick in, and then you can do a good job of staying in the fight. That being said, he still can't run enough offense against the Pacquiao, and now goes downstairs with the right hook, and he's opening up to the big speed.
He just exchanged the lead hands. How about that? Pacquiao, when he comes in and he attacks and he jumps around to his right, makes it very tough. Look at Larios is continuing to hang in. Manny throwing long punches, but Larios amazes me with his ability to hang in there, and that's just the difference. But we don't want to be late with it. He was hurt that time. His legs are a little bit loose. Now look at him, low time. He will not quit, David.
Now Pacquiao moving in with 4 body shots and trying to get over the top. And he's in that fine line. He wants to go for a knockout, but you know what? He's safely ahead of the cards, so it's going to be a perfect scenario for Pacquiao. It's getting better now.
Look at that combination of punches, 3-punch combination, bang to the left hand, back to the right hand, back to the counter shot again.
Nahadlok ko sila Rio. Oo. Nahadlok ko siya. Ganda na siya ba? Uyan na kita siya. Uyan kita siya. Gusto dia mak. Kita na siya uyan dia lagi. Mudahan ba?
So certainly we got to give that credit to Larios because we're leaning on Manny because that's a good word. Just like he's like a superstar with a great kid, and we've had so much fun with him this week. But in reality, I have great admiration for what Larios has been able to do with this kid during the course of this fight.
Fought with a lot of guts. He's fighting well on the road. He talks about no pressure on him, so he's come out there and they trusted his chin, trusted his conditioning. Who can do that? And what separates them now is the execution and the talent level of Pacquiao.
And there's a difference there. The power, and you said it, not only the execution, but the pure talent of Manny Pacquiao. Forget about this desire. There's no question about that. Closing seconds now, the 11th round, and nobody really expected this to be going this well. Look at this. The crowd got their money's worth here, and our next one, no matter how it comes down, in the final round.
Last round na. Dua na, tumba na. Kila siya tumba. Kedua.
Last round. take a look at
Tay.
Pacquiao taking the right hand, which is how you
Ako,
should
di tao.
fight the southpaw,
Natang
hits the
Lilia,
back
Lilia.
and delivers the goods to the body of Larios. And if Larios had not trained properly, he would not have withstood these shots. And Larios has used a little height and reach.
Why kwantimik ang kumo piridri sa ubos niya.
Well, we're ready to go.
Yaya,
Number
gumayo.
12 in our Anisacos City, Manila, in the Philippines.
This is round 12.
All right, here we go. This is round number 12. The 12th and final round of the fight. Now they're getting in there. He needs a knockout if he's going to win. It's not likely that will happen. But the people appreciate his effort here against Manny Pacquiao, the gifted little guy from the Philippines. Manny would love to finish this off with a knockout. Let's see if he can do it in round number 12. He's on his toes. He clipped him with a good shot. Larios tries to stay up on his toes. Body shots down by Manny Pacquiao.
Body shot.
Manny Bobs and leads. Dave, you want to go in there when the fight's over and talk to both of these guys. I want to look forward to that, see what Manny had to say about Larios hanging in as long as he has. And what Larios has to say about Manny.
Yeah, but how well he'll do down the road, because these guys have fought, showed something that for Larios, having a little bit of height and reach and using it well, plus the conditioning, has kept him in the fight. So Pacquiao working inside, a little bit of a taller guy, and doing what was necessary will give him this win.
Manny get clipped there at about the 2-minute mark, remaining with a pretty good shot, but the legs of Larios are a little bit out right now. And you know that he's very heavy in the heels, although he tries to get up on his toes, but he's in magnificent shape coming into this fight. He really, really worked hard. And the pace of this fight is another thing. I mean, there's been non-stop action in this fight from the get-go.
Good action, and you know, people who are going to sit there and compare now what happened with Pacquiao, Morales, etc. He has walked into a good number of right hands tonight, and against somebody with more power, there will be that speculation about, will that hurt him in future fights? So there's a lot of risk for the mill when you look at Pacquiao's future fights. And for Larios, he has performed well on a world stage. He went away, trained, fought well. He will get another fight on the heels of this, because you can be a beneficiary of low expectations.
Last break po yung tumba. Ayaw na lang bakol. Hindu mo ba tao?
Manny Pacquiao had him down and would like to knock him out here in the last 30 seconds of this fight. Larios, he just wants to survive this round now. He's throwing the shot. There's no quick Larios, and he's taking 2 more big shots. He throws his own. He ties up Manny Pacquiao. He's not in strictly survival mode. He wants to try to finish strong. Manny's got the smile on his face, and now we're inside of 10 seconds to go. How about this? Oscar Larios apparently will survive the fight. He won't get the decision, but he's getting a great fight.
Bira. Tumba ko yung last break.
I scored a 118-108 in favor of Pacquiao, and I would expect that the 3 judges will have it someplace in that ballpark. It was a terrific win, in my opinion, for Manny Pacquiao. We'll still have to make that official, of course. Well, what you've seen is a tremendous prize fight by 2 consummate professional athletes. A great job of that man, Miguel Diaz. Closing round action. Watch the knockdown. You see, he catches Larios down off balance because Larios was not in survival mode. He was in attack mode, and it was a left hand. That straight left hand, but it was an accumulation of punches that put him down. Watch this. You'll see Pacquiao. It's the same series, but a different angle. See, there was a left hand, and then another left hand that put the head back, and then a real strong left hand. So it was 3 pretty solid left hands, finished by one that crashed on the high right side of his cheek to more or less put an exclamation point on the fight. Dave Montempo has gone into the ring, and when I see that he's with Manny Pacquiao, we'll make an attempt to do the interview in there.
New Neutrogena Visible Repair repairs wrinkles in 7 days and protects collagen. Neutrogena.
Really a sensational effort for Oscar Larios in that he basically, Manny came in there as 7-1 favorite. Larios not given much of a chance even to survive 3 or 4 rounds in this fight. And he came in tremendous physical condition and made a great fight out of it. And again, we're going to make an attempt to talk to both Manny Pacquiao, who is going to be the victor, and Oscar Larios, who we don't think will score too many points. Again, I had it scored 118 to 108 in favor of Manny Pacquiao. We're going to get the official announcement. All right, this is the way it started out, and Oscar Larios came on strong from the beginning. Round number 2, Pacquiao began to land shots and started to score punches. You see that clean right hand by Manny. Now Manny starts to accumulate punches here. Notice the pace as we show you the recap of the fight. As we go to round number 3, Larios has a pretty good round. And in fact, at one stage, it thought that Larios may have had a bit of trouble as his legs began to dip. But a cut occurred on the left eye of Larios also in the 3rd round. So it was a back and forth 3rd round, but we eventually gave that 3rd round to Oscar Larios. And then you come up to round number 5, and from this point on, Manny Pacquiao, he shows his boxing skills and the punches. And we move to 6, and it's more of Pacquiao. But notice, Larios just can't seem to land a real clean punch from this point because of the slick movement of Manny Pacquiao. And in the 7th round, it's more Manny, and he goes down for the first time in the fight. He was down again in the 12th round, as you know, but that was the first time he was down in the 7th round. Out of a flash shot down by a short first punch. And look at this, it's all Manny Pacquiao. A terrific job at the end of the round. And here we go to round 1 as Manny continues the assault. And this shows you the conditioning that Larios was in, because Larios actually started up on the assault and really going the way Manny came back. As we switched to round 9 and then to 10. And at this stage it's starting to become academic. As Larios hangs in there and lands his share of punches, but nowhere near the amount of punches that Manny Pacquiao was landing at this stage of the fight. Manny is really in total command at this stage of the fight, but notice again, no quit into round 11 of Oscar Larios. And Larios is very tired now, but every time he gets hit, he continues to come on a chopping right hand. He blasts him again. This is just sensational stuff. And again, it's Larios who makes it because there's no quit in this guy. He's in tremendous physical shape. And lesser fighters who are wilted by this stage. And in round 12, Pacquiao just puts the pressure on. He's really gunning for a knockout. And eventually he is able to knock Oscar Larios down. So we have to make this official. So let's go to the voice of champions in Michael Buffer. Let's make it official, Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the scorecards, a round of applause for 2 warriors who stepped into this ring here tonight. They never quit. They both fought with the heart of a lion and the courage of a champion. Cumbia Borgoni scores at 117-110. Daniel Vanderbilt, 118-108. Nofarat Swichalwin, 120-106. To the winner and still champion, the fighting pride of the Philippines, Manny
So Dave is getting into position. Dave, as soon as you have Manny Pacquiao, we'll get the interview underway.
Congratulations on this fight. When did you sense you were starting to break him down?
I'm not expecting him knock him down. But I do my best in the fight. I do my best to show the people.
He ended up being a very tough guy. What were the things he did that you had to adjust to?
On the fourth round, I make him adjustment to my style because he's too strong too, and he's a good fighter inside.
What did you feel about fighting at home this week with all the attention of these people and coming out here today?
I'm sorry.
Fighting in front of your hometown fans, what did this feel like for you?
I'm very proud that the fight is. I'm very excited to show the people that my fight is here in the right condition. I would like to thank all my countrymen for all their support and prayers, and I hope you always support with us.
Before, a lot of people think now it's Eric Morales. What is your thought? Do you want that, and how do you feel about it all?
Actually, the next one is Morales on November 18. So Morales 3 is gonna be in Las Vegas. So to all my countrymen, and hope you always support.
Let's get an assessment from Freddie Roach. You were here all week. Freddie, your assessment of Manny's performance here.
It was a great fight. Larios came to fight. I mean, I didn't think he'd go the distance. He proved me wrong. He's very game. He had me worried in the third round. And he fought a great fight. It was a great fight.
What was the biggest thing Manny did to turn this fight in his favor?
He stayed off the ropes and he boxed in the middle of the ring, and that's what was the key.
All right, so that training out in Los Angeles helped when he came back here.
Definitely, as I said, Manny's a machine. He trained for 12 hard rounds and he proved it.
Okay, congratulations to both of you. Good work all the way around. Man, you want to say something else?
Mabuhay Philippines, and nag-iis ako eh. Ngayon, magpapasalamat naman ako ng taos puso sa Panginoon. Magpapasalamat po ako sa lahat po ng pumunta dito. Maraming salamat po. Ang tagumpay ko po ay hindi lamang para sa akin, kundi para po sa ating mga mamamayang Pilipino. Peace be with you, mga kababayan ko. Ang laban ko na to ay laban natin lahat. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Quickly, what was that in English?
Thank you very much to all the supporters. And at saka maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nag-sponsor, Smart, and
Okay, you got everybody thanked and you did a great job here. Pacquiao, we look forward to seeing you again. That's the performance over here.
All right, Dave is going to try to get into position now to get a few words with Oscar Larios. And it would be very interesting to hear exactly what Larios has to say as you take a look at this action to close out the fight. This was a knockdown at the very end of the fight. When really by exhaustion, Larios couldn't take any more punishment, accumulation of punches.
Sundo tayo si Loren.
Here we go.
Tremendous performance for you tonight. You trained in Japan. What are your thoughts on this contest here?
Siya pasundo ba?